Margaret Wilson, James Martin,
Present.
Megan Buwalda,
Present.
Amina Shakir,
Present.
Candace Howell. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we'll move to approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
Been properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposition? Agenda is approved. So we'll move to the approval of our December 2020 minutes. Did everyone have a chance to look over those minutes? Any deletions, additions, changes? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there support?
I'll second.
It's been properly moved and supported. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposition? Good, the minutes are approved. So we'll now move to citizens' comments. Are there any citizens' comments?
No citizens' comments at this time.
Thank you. We'll move down to old business. Ms. Vanessa, do you want to share with us COVID-19 updates?
Well, we have actually submitted the most recent substantial amendment for our 2019 for the allocation, a COVID allocation of 482,782 has been forwarded to HUD for approval.
Thank you. So we'll now move into the nominating committee report. That would be Margaret. Margaret isn't here.
Yeah, I don't see Margaret or Jeanette, so I don't have any updates. I know there was an interview this morning, so I don't have any information on that, but I think Jamie sent some notes along. But we had 4 interviews last night, and those very strong candidates, all 4 of them. And I thought the interviews went quite well, so they appear to be strong prospects. One, I want to say Tiffany Burns, perhaps, was the East Side Community Center that will be taking Jeanette's place at some point. So I believe that she was recommended by East Side. But I think that the candidate of the 4 candidates, I think 2 lived in the East Side neighborhood and 2 lived in the Vine area. So that's kind of nice too, that we have 4 candidates from some of our targeted neighborhoods. We've got one more interview on Monday. I think that's our final one. So it's 6 interviews altogether. So there's Margaret. I don't know, Margaret, do you have anything to share for the interview of this morning with Matthew? I just kind of broad brushed the other 4. I thought they were all really good candidates last night that we had. I think we were all in agreement on that. But and they all 4 were from targeted neighborhoods as well. Did you have any updates, or would you like to share anything with us? And did you get any popcorn from the kids last night?
Yeah, no, they didn't light the house on fire either. I think the interview went well, but there are some other issues that I think would best be discussed within the nominating committee first.
Okay, all right.
In our final decisions.
I thought
I
you,
agree with you.
yeah.
I thought the other 4 it all went well. So in total, we had 8 applicants. 1 did not respond when asked for additional information. 1 withdrew because he was placed on another board. We also had a recommendation from a neighborhood association, but that person never submitted an application. So that left us with 6 total people to interview. We interviewed 4 yesterday, 1 today, and we have one last one on Monday, and then we'll meet when that meeting is over directly afterward. So we will have a decision about what we are recommending to the larger board at our next meeting in February.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. If that's it with the nominating committee report, we will move to the scoring committee report. Megan, do you have a report to share?
I do. The scoring committee has been hard at work reviewing the applications that were received this year. We received 3 applications and they totaled more than we had actually to allocate. So the scoring committee went through the process of meeting and reviewing the applications as submit. And like last year, we sat down with each individual applicant to address any questions or concerns that we had. At the end of this, the scoring committee made a vote on a recommendation to CDAC, and the recommendation was unanimously approved by the scoring committee, and it was to fund the grants in the order of KNHS being fully funded, senior services being fully funded, and community homeworks being partially funded with $95,000, which is the full amount that we were allocated.
Are there any questions?
Why did you only fund, why was community homeworks not fully funded? Why was it?
They were the 3rd highest vote getter in terms of points as we were going through the application and scoring them, and we ran out of funds. So $95,000 was the amount that we had left to fund them, and they were the lowest point getter of the 3.
What did they ask for?
They asked for, I believe, $150,000.
Okay. Okay.
Megan, was this simply the CDBG dollars, not the home funds?
Correct.
Were there applications for the home funds also?
There were separate applications for the home funds. It was just KNHS that requested the home funds though. So there was no need to score them and stack them.
Okay, thank you.
But we were very pleased with KNHS, both in terms of the performance on their grant from last cycle, as well as their application.
Yeah, I think they do good work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are there any additional questions for the scoring committee? Sorry.
Had not, we ran out of funds with community homeworks been fully funded, or they still not would have based on scoring?
I think if we had more funds, it would have been allocated to them.
Okay.
But they do currently have 2 program years of funding outstanding. So the committee requested an update on when they would be closing out program year, I believe 19, and then requested that the city staff work with them a little bit on their marketing plan to make sure that they're getting out the dollars to the people who so critically need them.
Okay.
Are there any additional questions?
Madam Chair, would it be appropriate for this committee to vote to accept the recommendation from the scoring committee at this point?
Yes.
Would you like to call for the vote?
Well, is there a motion to accept the recommendations?
I would like to motion that the CDAC committee accept the recommendation of the scoring committee.
I'll second that.
It's
Not
been
Margaret.
properly moved and supported. All in favor, vote, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? The motion carries. So we will move down to term renewals. Vanessa, do you want to talk a little bit about this?
Well, of course, we're coming up on renewals, and we're currently going through the actual nomination process. And it is, of course, time for Jeanette Amina for renewals, and we'll actually be voting next month in reference to who will be as far as the chair and vice chair and all the new nominees.
Okay.
I do want to go back and mention as of today's, I did speak with the meeting.
We're going in and out, Vanessa.
Going in and out.
Yes.
So we still have not received anything from the north side as a recommendation for Amina. So what we will be doing is we did call Maddie and we will attempt to contact her again between now and next month meeting.
Okay.
So how does that work exactly anyway? In lieu of receiving a response from her, what happens? And what can I do to facilitate the process?
Well, I think you've made a very concerted effort in providing us with the information of the person that was supposed to submit an application. So at this point, the only thing that we can do is attempt to touch bases again with Maddie and try and find out, what, is she actually recommending as to your replacement.
And in lieu of that, I just continue to come to meetings?
Yes, ma'am, we would definitely appreciate that.
Okay.
Plus, we're going to be sad when you're no longer here anyway.
I think I kind of will be too.
You have done a wonderful job of representing the north side.
Thank you.
Is that all you have for the term renewals? Yes. Yes, okay. So we'll move into the discussion of the bylaws.
So I want to briefly go over the changes that were made, and I know we had to go back and make some more changes due to the pandemic. So I believe all of you have the bylaws in front of you. If you want to, Jamie, you can also share it just in case everyone does not have them. Does everyone have them in front of them?
I just got them.
Well, I do, but I mean, mine aren't highlighted.
Okay.
There was a second version that was just sent out to me.
Yeah, I just got the version that was just sent out and there's no
Okay.
highlights.
Okay, I'll highlight on those.
Okay.
I'll highlight on the ones that's not highlighted. I'm
Vanessa,
looking
would
at.
you like me to share my screen?
Yes, please.
Can everyone see the bylaws?
Yes.
But now they're in
Yours is not showing either. So
Pardon me?
I said yours is not showing, so I'll just pretty much read from mine because the ones that are actually there's a strike through, it's the purple is not showing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what will happen is that I will go ahead and because I believe the yellow is showing.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and just read what I have and under the membership where it says 13 is the members who shall be was struck. We struck that out. And it's, as I said, it's not necessarily showing here. And then you go down to B. We added let me see here. We actually struck out the capital T and put in a lowercase t. It says all terms. And also it said where it says expire on the last day of, we took that out and put March 31st. We'll put the 31st behind March. Going down to C, it currently reads in the event all nominating, and we actually made the C and committee capital. Members cannot meet to interview potential candidates. The chair and or vice chair may vote in their absence. Going down to F, It currently reads, a member shall be deemed, membership shall be deemed vacated if the member is absent from more than 50% of the regular CDAC meetings within any 6-month period.
Dorla, goodness, I'm a time warp. Vanessa, do you mind rolling up for a second? Because I'm looking at the one I got did have the strike through, and I'm showing that as E. Attendance is E. So I just want to, can you scroll to see? Okay, so we made a section for neighborhood representation.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
So what's on the board with the highlights? What
So
Jamie is sharing is the new one, and what she sent the first time is the old one?
no, yeah, what Jamie's sharing is new, but the one that she sent the second time, you should be able to see the strikeouts on the bylaw.
Okay, I'm on the, I was just using the first one for the sake of expediency.
Yes. Okay. Also, it says, in the next one, it says if members are unable to attend a scheduled CDAC meeting, members should inform community planning and development staff or the chairperson by 2 p.m. before the start of the day meeting. We took out the time because we've been kind of sporadic in meetings, and also right now we're no longer starting at 6, we're starting at 5:30. And just in case there's a change, we took that out also so that we won't have to keep going back updating the bylaws. Okay.
Vanessa, the version that I'm looking at says either 6:30 or just 30.
No,
I really
it
don't.
have a strike through on it.
Okay.
Okay. Going down to B under duties of the committee. B says to assist staff in the development of the master plan, which is completed every 10 years. Consolidated plan, which identifies the community development priorities for the city and is completed every 5 years. And the action plan, which implements these priorities annually. Okay. D, to make recommendations to City Commission. Focusing on a competitive application process for the expenditure of set-aside community development block grant and home investment partnership program funds.
That's the old.
No, ma'am, that's the new. Once
Okay,
again,
now I'm really good. Okay. I went back and I pulled up the second set, which says the final, and it still reads different from what you're reading now.
so what we'll actually do is get with you. I'm not sure why everyone else got the corrected one and it's still showing the.
I don't have the corrected one either. So I'm just not looking at it. I'm just using the one on the screen. I mean, so you're not confused, I would just look at the screen because
Okay,
it's completely different.
yeah, okay.
So, Megan,
Yeah.
did you get the correct one that Jamie just sent out?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Okay. We'll make sure that we're not certain what happened, but I'm glad she got it. So that's the one that should have gone to everyone, the second one again. Going down to F, it should read to refrain from using social media or other communication methods to discuss and or voice opinions about CDAC affairs during the funding decision cycle without committee. Under 4, liaison is staff report. The city commission shall appoint a city commissioners as city commissioner as a liaison to the committee. B, down to the second paragraph where it says an agenda packet shall be mailed or emailed. So the email is the part that was added to that. This and the let's see, 1, 2, 3. In the fourth paragraph, we actually struck out the small c and replaced it with a capital C for committee. 5, on the offices of the committee, going down to the 5th. We added nominating committee, and once again, we made the C capital. In the next paragraph, the officers of the committee, along with an appointed community development staff, will constitute the executive committee. The purpose of the executive committee is to establish agendas. Going down to the next, under meetings, we tried to make this change here simply because of nothing is more or less written in stone at this time. CDAC will hold 10 regular scheduled meetings that will be held on the same day of each month as approved by the city clerk. And this will continue as long as we're in the pandemic. It goes on to say the location of meetings will be announced when the calendar of meetings is approved. CDAC will determine the month off at their regular scheduled meeting in December prior to the coming year. So this is the area that we went ahead and just added about the disaster. In the event of a major disaster and or pandemic, regularly scheduled meetings will occur according to federal, state, and local guidelines. And special meetings, we added at least 5 business days in advance of the special meetings. And this is, let me just read this from the beginning. Special meetings may be called by the chairperson in conjunction with the community planning and development staff or by a majority of the membership of CDAC. Members and the public will be notified of the time, location, and agenda at least 5 business days in advance of the special meeting. For our annual meeting, the update to here says prior to September 1st of each year, the committee shall conduct an annual meeting to approve an annual report for the previous year, which shall be filed with the city clerk. You know, the first one here was said it addressed March 1st, but we're actually on a program year. So our year do not end until June 30th. Okay. So at that time, we may take off for the summer, a month, or whatever. So as long as we actually come together prior to. Going all the way down to number 13, which is the last one, and number 8, excuse me, which it addresses to suspend or expel a member. This was added. Any CDAC member may be removed by a vote of 2/3 of current CDAC members or by the city commission at any regular or special meeting for conduct considered to be dishonest, detrimental to the interests of the committee or the city, or disruptive to the conduct of committee business through the following process: a notice of intention to proceed, a recital of the charges or accusations, in a fair and partial hearing at which the accused member may respond to charges. And those are the complete changes. We will actually put these back in the mail to you prior to next month for your final review. And next month, the plan is to vote and forward on to the City Commission. Do you have any questions?
Well, I did, but I'm trying to find out where it was, but I have to go back to those old ones. I think it had to do with new members. Because you can't scroll up on yours anymore, can you? Up to the part where it talks about membership is what I think. Right, well, okay. There's okay, term, I don't know, terms. Okay. The event and it approved to may serve into. Okay. Okay, does that, can a new member, well, no, I don't want to start nothing. Never mind. I'll wait till you give me the other thing and then I'll look at it again.
Okay. Now understand, if we actually come and we make any changes, we will have to go and do this over again.
Oh, I don't want to make a change. I just want to I just wanted something clarified.
Okay,
That's all. It wasn't a change, no.
that is it for me. Megan, I believe it is on you because Tammy had to leave.
Are you wanting to have us vote on this, or are you going to send them out to us again?
No, they need to be sent out to you again, and then the intention is to vote next month. But I know at this point Tammy has left, so you will need to please pick up.
Sure, absolutely. Anything else on the bylaw review or any questions from members? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to communications, members' reports, and staff updates. Does anyone have anything?
The only update that I would like to say is just repeat what I said in the initial, is that we have gone ahead and submitted our substantial amendment for the third allocation from HUD in the amount of the $482,782. So we have submitted that to HUD, and of course, that will be awarded to the Lift Foundation for the purchase of the Knights Inn.
Okay, any other member communications? Okay, hearing none. Second call for citizen comment.
No citizen comments at this time.
Thank you very much. Then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
A second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? This meeting is adjourned at 6:03 p.m. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.